Imagine waking up one morning to see the headline, AI builds world's first self-sustaining software ecosystem. No humans required. The same way the Industrial Revolution replaced factory workers with machines, the digital revolution may be about to replace programmers themselves. For decades, coding has been considered the ultimate safe career, the language of the future. Parents told their kids, "Learn to code, you'll never be out of work." But what happens when the very thing you're learning is something machines learn faster, better, and without coffee breaks? It began innocently enough. Tools like GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, and Replit Ghostwriter entered the scene as friendly assistants to help developers write code more efficiently. A few lines of suggestion here, a bug fix there. They made work smoother. At first, no one thought much of it. After all, calculators didn't eliminate math, right? But beneath the surface, every prompt, every correction, and every finished program was feeding a much larger loop of self-learning. AI wasn't just learning how to help humans write code, it was learning how humans think when they write it. Soon, AI could generate entire programs from a single sentence. Need a website? Just describe it. Need a mobile app? Type what it should do. Within seconds, an AI would assemble complex frameworks, connect APIs, and even deploy the product live. Human coders began noticing that their helpful assistant could now outperform junior developers, faster, cheaper, and with no complaints. By 2030, companies began restructuring. Instead of hiring 20 developers, they kept 2, not to code, but to supervise AI coding systems. Those 2 people were more like managers of algorithms, overseeing automated workflows that built, tested, and launched products at a speed that no human team could match. It wasn't science fiction anymore. AI could write code, test it, fix its own bugs, and even optimize performance before a single person touched it. The economic shift was dramatic. Countries that once built their economies on tech outsourcing, India, the Philippines, parts of Eastern Europe, began to see declines in programming demand. Entire IT firms pivoted to AI integration services, essentially managing fleets of intelligent code generators rather than teams of humans. What used to take 10 developers 6 months could now be done by one AI system in a few hours. But the deeper question emerged: what happens when AI begins to write the code that improves itself? That's where things started to get eerie. Self-optimizing AI frameworks began creating versions of themselves that were faster, more stable, and more capable. Humans were no longer teaching machines to code, machines were teaching each other. And when that feedback loop started, the need for human programmers dropped off a cliff. At first, there was denial. Tech influencers called it overhyped. Universities continued promoting computer science as the ultimate career path, but slowly, the job market told a different story. Entry-level positions disappeared. Internships became obsolete. Companies preferred a single AI engineer to oversee 50 projects that would have once required entire teams. For the first time in modern history, the people who built automation became victims of it. Still, there were optimists. Some argued that AI would free programmers from the boring stuff. No more repetitive debugging or routine tasks. Coders could focus on creativity, architecture, and innovation. But the harsh reality was that AI didn't just handle the boring parts. It started getting creative. It began designing user interfaces, building recommendation algorithms, even generating game logic based on trends. It wasn't just following instructions anymore, it was anticipating needs. One breakthrough came when AI began blending multiple programming languages into hybrid systems optimized for performance. A task that used to require years of developer experience was now handled in seconds. This wasn't copy-paste coding anymore. It was conceptual creation, where AI understood what the software needed to do before the client even explained it fully. Businesses quickly realized they didn't need humans to translate ideas into code. They could just feed those ideas directly into AI systems. And yet, something crucial began to fade: human understanding. When AI wrote an entire software stack, even expert engineers sometimes couldn't explain exactly how it worked. The systems became black boxes, immensely powerful, but difficult to interpret or modify. The world's code infrastructure slowly became something no one fully understood, not even the people who thought they were in control. Security became another issue. AI could fix vulnerabilities faster than hackers could exploit them, but when AI began generating code at scale, it also began creating vulnerabilities faster than humans could detect. It was like an arms race happening in milliseconds. Cybersecurity professionals soon relied entirely on other AIs to defend against AI-made exploits, and human oversight turned into a spectator sport. So where does this leave humanity's coders? Ironically, the future may not eliminate all of them, but it will change their purpose entirely. The best developers of tomorrow might not be writing code line by line. Instead, they'll be crafting prompts, defining objectives, and auditing AI systems for safety, ethics, and efficiency. In a sense, programmers may evolve into AI whisperers, teaching intelligent systems how to think, not what to type. But let's take it one step further. Imagine an AI that not only builds programs, but also deploys new AIs specialized for specific industries. Finance, healthcare, logistics. Each of those AIs can independently learn, build, and execute. Suddenly, you have a cascading chain of automation. AIs creating AIs, improving AIs, and replacing the need for any human hand in the software pipeline. That's when coding as a skill stops being a competitive edge and starts being a legacy art form. Think about how languages like Latin disappeared as spoken languages. They became academic, historical, symbolic. Coding could end up in the same category, something only historians or AI ethicists study to understand how humans once built digital worlds. Of course, this isn't all doom and gloom. There's opportunity here too. As AI takes over programming, new roles will emerge, ones focused on creativity, philosophy, and governance. Someone will need to ensure these systems reflect human values, not just technical goals. Someone will need to decide what AIs should build, not just what they can. In the end, the story of AI and coding isn't just about job loss, it's about identity. For over half a century, programmers were the architects of the digital age. But as AI takes the blueprint out of their hands, humanity faces a new question. What does progress mean when machines are the ones defining it? If the Industrial Revolution replaced muscle and the digital revolution replaced memory, then this next era might replace intellect itself. And when that happens, we'll have to decide. Are we still the creators, or have we become the spectators of our own evolution?